Form 1 Agriculture. This is the introduction to secondary school agriculture. Agriculture fundamental objectives. The learners should develop basic principles of agricultural production relevant to Kenya in general, and specifically to their own environments. Learners should be involved in practical which aim at assisting them to acquire useful agricultural skills. Therefore, it is highly recommended that learners be involved in practical work for actual agricultural production. Effective domain objectives in agriculture are as important as those in cognitive and psychomotor domains. However, they must not be seen as achievable at the end of each single topic. They are long-term objectives and are set out in the general rather than specific objectives. The teacher must not forget them in teaching and in assessment. Introduction to agriculture. Factors influencing agriculture. Farm tools and equipment. Crop production, land preparation. Water supply, irrigation and drainage. Soil fertility, organic manures. Livestock production, common breeds. Agricultural economics, basic concepts and farm records. These topics distributed throughout the Form 1 course. An attempt has been made to arrange the topics in a logical sequence. However, due to different ecological zones and weather patterns in the country, you are advised to take into account these differences when working with the CD. It is highly recommended that a crop museum be established in each school. Students should also be encouraged to plant suitable trees in their schools and label them using common and botanical names for each tree. You are encouraged to harvest rainwater from the roof catchments, hold it in reservoirs and use it for irrigation and for livestock, among other uses. Rainwater harvesting does not only avail cheap water, but also prevents soil erosion and undermining of building foundations. Agricultural and other related activities must not be used as punishment for wrongdoers. Introduction to Form 1 Agriculture. Most of agricultural practices you learnt in primary school were taught in science, but in secondary school agriculture is treated as a subject. General objectives. The secondary agriculture course aims to 1. Develop an understanding of agriculture and its importance to the family and the nation. 2. Promote interest in agriculture as an industry and create awareness of opportunities existing in agriculture and related sectors. 3. Demonstrate that farming is a dignified and profitable occupation. 4. Enhance skills needed in carrying out agricultural practices. 5. Provide a background for further studies in agriculture. 6. Develop self-reliance, resourcefulness and problem-solving abilities in agriculture. 7. Develop occupational outlook in agriculture. 8. Enable schools to take an active part in national development through agricultural activities. 9. Create awareness of the role of agriculture in industrial and technological development. 10. Enhance understanding of the role of technology and industrialization in agricultural development. 11. Promote agricultural activities which enhance environmental conservation. 12. Promote consciousness of health-promoting activities in agricultural production. Introduction to agriculture. The illustration below helps you to explain the importance of agriculture in Kenya. Why should you study agriculture? Find out the opportunities that are available in agricultural sector. In 2006, almost 75% of working Kenyans made their living on the land, compared with 80% in 1980. About one half of total agricultural output is non-marketed subsistence production. Agriculture is also the largest contributor to Kenya's gross domestic product, GDP. In 2005, agriculture, including forestry and fishing, accounted for about 24% of GDP, as well as for 18% of wage employment and 50% of revenue from exports. Agriculture is largest source of foreign exchange revenue. This illustration helps you to explain the importance of agriculture in Kenya. Branches of agriculture. This lesson activities will help you know more about branches of agriculture. Terminologies. Agricultural engineering, application of scientific principles to design, construction and maintenance of agricultural tools and equipment. Apiculture, breeding and rearing of bees. Entomology, breaks of science concerned with the study of insects. Ecology is the study of the relationship between living organism and their environment. Genetics is the study of inheritance. Pathology is a branch of medicine concerned with the cause, origin, transmission, symptoms and control of disease. Pedology is the study of soils. Lesson objectives. By the end of the lesson you should be able to state the 4 main branches of agriculture. Describe the 4 branches of agriculture. Demonstrate an appreciation for the wide and varied opportunities in agriculture. What is agriculture? The term agriculture is derived from 2 Latin words agere equals field and cultura equals cultivation, which simply means field cultivation for the purpose of producing farm produce. Farm produce include both crops and livestock produce. Agriculture being a dynamic industry, it continues widening the scope and meaning of agriculture. Today, agriculture can be defined as the art and a science of crops and livestock production. How is agriculture an art and a science? Agricultural as an art entails land tilling, measuring land size, construction of farm structures, machine operations, harvesting of crops, feeding and handling animals, marketing of agricultural produce. Agricultural as a science entails agricultural engineering, as applied in study of farm structures and machinery. Pedology as applied in study of soil science. Pathology, as applied in study of diseases and their control. Entomology, as applied in study of insects and their control. Ecology, as applied in study of environment conservation. Genetics, as applied in plant and animal breeding. Conclusion. Agriculture is the art and science of crop growing and animal production. Branches of agricultural terms. There are 4 main branches of agriculture, namely crop production, livestock production, agricultural economics, agricultural engineering. Crop production is a branch of agriculture that deals with growing of crops. Livestock production. Livestock production is a branch of agriculture that deals with rearing of animals. Farm tools and machinery. Agriculture engineering is a branch of agriculture that deals with use and maintenance of farm tools, machinery and structures. Marketing agricultural produce. Agriculture economics is a branch of agriculture which deals with the utilization of scarce resources. It aims at maximizing output while minimizing costs. Crop production. What is crop production? Crop production, arable farming, includes growing of the following. Field crop include annual crops like cereals and pulses, e.g. garden peas. Perennial crops like coffee, tea, sugarcane. Field crops. Growing of tea and sugarcane among others. Horticultural crops entails pomology, olericulture, floriculture. Pomology is growing of fruits. Olericulture is the growing of vegetables such as French beans, cabbages and tomatoes. Floriculture is the growing of flowers such as tuberose, roses and carnations. Among other crops. Livestock production involve rearing the following animals. Sheep farming. Sheep rearing for meat production. Goats farming. Goats rearing for meat production. Camel farming. Camel rearing for meat and milk production. Pig farming. Pig rearing for meat production. Ranch, cattle ranching for meat production. Apiculture, bees keeping for honey and wax production. Aquaculture, fish farming for white meat production. Poultry farming, chicken rearing for eggs and meat production among others. Agricultural economics. What is agricultural economics? Agricultural economics deals with utilization of scarce resources in production. Agricultural economics includes agricultural marketing, which involves packaging vegetables using market specifications. Farm management. Farm management in hilly land. Production economics. Farm produce of the required quality. Farmers' organization. Assist farmers in improving the yields and marketing at reduced cost. Agricultural engineering involve maintenance of farm equipment and machinery. Maintenance of farm tools and structures. Greenhouse used for crop production. Workshop tools and equipment. Tools and equipment use in repair and maintenance. Farming system. The previous lesson you covered the following branches of agriculture: livestock farming, crop farming, economics and engineering. The way a farmer organizes, plans, and uses the available resources to suit all the above enterprises in relationship to each other is referred to as a farming system. Resources include land, rainfall, temperature, labor, among others. The agricultural sector continues to dominate Kenya's economy, although only 15 to 17% of Kenya's total land area has sufficient fertility and rainfall to be farmed, and only 7 or 8% can be classified as first-class land. Glossary. Mixed farming, it entails the growing of crops and rearing of animals on the same farm. Nomadic pastoralism is the moving of animals from one place to another in search of fresh pasture and water. Shifting cultivation, farming on a piece of land continuously until it is exhausted, after which the farmer moves to a more fertile land. Organic farming, growing of crops and rearing of animals without using agricultural chemicals. Agroforestry involves growing of trees and crops and keeping of animals on the same piece of land.